Today's show is all about Detroit Lions news and rumors, and there's a lot of rumors. Clearly, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft on Thursday. A lot of rumors surrounding the draft, Jameson Williams, potential trades. That's what this video is all about. We're going to go the latest rumors, and these are pretty big rumors. We're going to get into all of that in today's show. But before we get into today's show, shout out to the Detroit Pistons in the comments. Show them some love, winning their playoff game for the first time in like 20 years, long time. Huge shout out to them. The content creators who do the Pistons, Everything King, all of those guys. Shout out to you, the Man Beast Morrises. You guys deserve it. You've been rocking with the Pistons for a long time. Let's get today's Lions, though, news and rumors started right now. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to be starting out with something funny. Generally speaking, we don't see a Rod Wood be funny, but this guy, I am happy what he did because the Green Bay Packers, their general manager, and those people have been taking shots at the Lions organization for years now. I don't know why. It's been a little bit of rivalry for the draft ever since we had Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. And so we finally took a shot back. Lions president Rod Wood jabs Green Bay draft. They'll finish second or third like they did last year, talking about the amount of people that it's going to be at the draft. Clearly, the Detroit Lions, we had a lot last year that showed up for the draft. It was record. Rod Wood, he is talking about the relationship between what they're doing, the draft numbers in Green Bay, and how they finish in the NFC North. So this was epic. I got to say this right now, Rod Wood. Generally speaking, I don't give you a lot of love, but that comment right there makes you the headline of today's video because you get tired of the Green Bay Packers. Rod Wood gets love today. So everybody in the comments, show some love to Rod Wood for that type of comment. It says, try and get the NFL to consider bringing it back to Detroit because I think they'll never top it, Wood said. There is no way Green Bay will come close. They'll finish second. Or as I said to reporter Brand Golly, they'll finish third like they did last year. Oh, my God, that is hilarious. Shout out to Rod Wood for that one. In the comments, shout out to Rod Wood. That was a good one. That was a good one. So in the comments, show him some love in the comments for that one. Okay, let's go get into the latest Detroit Lions draft rumors here. And one is, obviously, the Detroit Lions could trade down for a quarterback-needy team. Here's the thing. You got Dart and Sanders, who I don't think – there's a lot of teams that have, what I'm hearing, is second-round grades or late first, second-round grades. Now, that's good for the Detroit Lions. Now, why is that? Because, say, Cam Ward goes one and no quarterback's gone in between that. You have the Browns and the Giants, who is sitting in the second round. They got high draft picks in the second round, just like they do in the first. You're sitting there, and say Lions draft falls the way it wants to, and there's still a lot of talent in the second round. By the way, there's a ton of talent in the second round. There's teams out there that believe after the 10th pick that the rest is pretty much equal in talent. So suggesting that the 11th best player is nearly the same talent as the 40th best player. There's a lot of general managers out there, and I have no doubt that Brad Holmes has evaluation on players like that or similar to that. Now, if a quarterback falls in its 28th pick and they say Dart or Shedeur Sanders is still there, you had the Browns and the Giants that would love to get that fifth-year option. That could be an option for Detroit to trade out of the first round, pick up some extra picks, or even a pick in next year's draft. That is something that the Lions could absolutely do, and I think that would be really, really smart. Look, we talk about trading up. Yes, if there's a talent that falls there, but what if the talent is not there? Then potentially the Detroit Lions could do a trade-back scenario. Now, and that's what I would have the options open for Brad Holmes just in case. Don't know how the draft's going to be, but this one legitimately could be true. Today's show is sponsored by GameTime. It's the best ticketing app, the #1 app that I trust, and the app that I want you guys to get. It has so many great features, specialized in last-minute deals, and saves up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater. It doesn't matter. They have GameTime picks, making last-minute ticket buying easier than ever by quickly highlighting the best seats in the stadium. And there is so many other events going on right now, whether it's concerts, baseball, Tigers, hockey, Pistons, playoffs. There's a lot going on right now. And the best part of GameTime is that you can see the price of your tickets up front. And when you do all the pricing, so you're not getting surprised by hidden fees at checkout. They also take the lowest prices guaranteed. So if you find tickets that is cheaper in a different app or service in the same exact seat, same row, same everything, GameTime's going to credit you 110% of the difference. Go see the Tigers. Go see the Red Wings. Go see the Pistons in the playoffs right now. Ton of concerts in Detroit in the summer. So get started today and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. You plug in Chat Sports and you'll get $20 off your very first purchase. Terms to apply. You have to create count. You have an email to save that money. How you do it again? You go to the redeem code section. You plug in Chat Sports, ChatSports, to get $20 off your first purchase. Like I said, terms to apply, all of that stuff to save that money. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime today. Download the app, put in the redeem code section. Get GameTime app today. It's last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Now let's go ahead and go to the main portion of this video, the reason why you guys probably clicked on it, and that is the rumor of Jameson Williams very well could be on the trade block. Before I give you my thoughts on this, in the comments right now, would you trade Jameson Williams? Why for yes and for no? Now, this is now Albert Breer coming out and saying that the Detroit Lions very well could trade Jameson Williams. Now we're seeing it, the rumor hit the mainstream, and so this is not just something that's a local thing. This is now hitting the mainstream. It says in terms of the extension, again, there's a lot of extensions that are hopefully coming, but it's just one of those things. You don't know what's going to happen from financial standpoint, Holmes said, because of wide receivers, very expensive. Look at these guys. It's a good problem to have. Routes. And then he talks about here it is. In general purpose, a fifth-year decision. Deadline possibly could trade. Breer named Jameson Williams, someone that has an uncertain future. It definitely makes you wonder if, say, the uncertain future of guys such as Detroit Lions, Jameson Williams, or Giants, Kayvon Thibodeau could elicit phone calls in the coming days. Receivers another spot to consider with the fifth-year option. Decision coming on Jameson Williams in some NFL circles believing he could be traded. Now, it's clearly gone to Jameson Williams, and Jameson Williams did an IG post talking about sucker free. He later added, now, Jameson Williams went on IG. We don't know the extent of what he's meaning here, but it says, stay sucker free. He later added before writing, if you're scared to pick a side, don't play the middle. Just get all the way out of the way. No faking. So everyone's starting to discuss on X, is he talking about the rumors of potentially him being traded? Now, here's the thing. Clearly, the NFL players, they get the rumors, so very well he could got the rumor as well. Doesn't necessarily mean he knows he's getting traded. So just because he put on there an IG, honestly, it could be anything. It could be a personal life. It could be people talking about him getting traded. Remember, he's always in the topic conversation. He does watch these videos, folks. I know this for a fact. He watches them, right? So he knows who's talking about him in a good and in a bad light. I know that for 100% of a fact. And so, and I've been on this side, and I heard Mike Valenti talk yesterday, in which I got to give him a shout out here. He said it wouldn't be the right decision, and I agree. It would not be the right decision. I'm going to tell you why it would be the bad decision. You've already invested years into Jameson Williams. He has produced better every single year. Last year, 1,002 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, I think like 18 average. He was making big-time plays, okay? He has gotten better every single year. He has 2 years left. He's still on a rookie deal, okay? So you have him on the cheap. He's a big-time player getting better every year who's in sync with Jared Goff in a team that's a top 3 team right now regarding personal, assets and roster, and you're going to get rid of a big player like Jameson Williams who could take the top off the defense. That seems like not a win now type of decision. I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, Jameson Williams is a topic of conversation. Ever since we have drafted him, he has been a topic of conversation every time. And in the comments right now, again, would you trade Jameson Williams? And my thing is, he's not a bad guy, okay? He's 24 years old. He came in the league a little immature, and I think he's getting better. Yes, there was the 2 15-yard penalties last year in the game. That's something I don't like, right? Especially games where you're getting close to winning. And I was very upset during those games, and I want Dan Campbell in this regime to pound that in the head of Jameson Williams. But if you're talking about that's an issue, I have seen a lot of players in the league. We're talking about Terrell Owens, who's had issues with their wide receivers. Just all sorts of legit issues. Pickett right now. Like legit issues. They're a distraction. I don't think Jameson Williams is a bad guy. He's not ripping on Jared Goff. He's not ripping on his team or anything like that. He's not a horrible person. A little immature level. Do you want to give that up? Right now? I think it would significantly hurt your offense. Yeah, you can get Matthew Golden in the draft. I don't think he's going to produce what Jameson Williams would produce this year. I don't believe it. A rookie. It's hard. Okay? It took St. Brown half a year really to start to get going for the Lions. Yeah, we did have, a bad OC at the time, but it's hard for a rookie. And to come in here and produce what Jameson did last year is tough. And he's cheap on a cheap deal. So, look, if you're looking for the long haul, I can understand, right? Brad Holmes is thinking, well, we can't pay everybody. But you can't be cheap all the time because then you're never going to win. Ever. At some point, you got to keep talent on the roster, right? We traded T.J. Hockenson. That was a net benefit. Well, we didn't draft T.J. Hockenson. Brad Holmes didn't draft T.J. Hockenson, right? And he had a plan, and we weren't in win-now mode at that moment. We weren't in a win-now mode. We finally started winning after we traded him, crazily enough, but we weren't in a win-now mode. This is a win-now mode team, so I think it would be a big loss if the Lions traded Jameson Williams. Be a big loss. And, you're getting teams right now. You're having the Dallas Cowboys talking about potentially, trading for Jameson Williams. What would you get in a trade? I don't know what you would get. It'd be I think it'd be if the team, say the Lions want to trade up to like 15 or something like that, maybe that would be a part of the deal. But you're losing. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the fifth-year option after this year. And you get maximum value this year instead of next year. But my God, you're really hurting your offense. You already lost Ben Johnson. You already lost Kevin Zeitler. Okay, that losing Jameson Williams, that would hurt. That would really hurt. There's two players I feel like on this defense that can take the top off you, and that's Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams. And you can't replicate players like that, especially that's already understanding the system and everything. So I don't think the net benefit of trading him is worth it, and I would say no to the trade, and I hope it doesn't happen. I want the Lions to win now, and I think Jameson Williams is a player right now. He can produce and help the Lions get to a Super Bowl. We lose Jameson Williams in this offseason. It's been a rough one, and it would have been a rough one in my opinion. It would be real rough. I already feel like this offense is stepped back with those two losses. You lose Jameson Williams, and then I would start to think, do you have a chance to win even the NFC North at that point? I think that would hurt because you're looking at the rest of the NFC North, and the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers and the Bears are better. So I just think that would be a wrong decision, and I hope it doesn't happen. I hope the Lions don't trade Jameson Williams. Give me your thoughts in the comments. With that said, folks, adios.